Hi there, my name is Craig Taylor. I'd like to say a very big thank you for taking the time to log in and actually have a look at this short video that I've put together in advance of a session that I hope you'll be joining me with in the near future, in which we'll be looking and talking about mobile learning. Prior to that actual session, there are three things that I'd really appreciate you doing in advance of the session. I promise you, all three things will take you an absolute maximum of 5 minutes. No more than that, a maximum of 5 minutes. The first thing that I'd like you to have a think about ahead of the session is this. How have you used a mobile device in the past 1 to 2 weeks? Please don't think about this from the perspective of mobile learning or learning. Just want you to have a think about all the mobile devices that you've got at your disposal. Phones, iPods, dictaphones, cameras, Kindles, tablets, whatever. How have you used them in the past 1 to 2 weeks? Making a phone call, receiving a text, recording something, listening to something, checking when your next train time is, looking at your bank balance, figuring out what change to make on the London Underground, anything like that. How have you used a mobile device in the past 1 to 2 weeks? That's the first thing I'd like you to do. The second thing I'd like you to do is to ask that very same question to your colleagues in your organisation. How have they used a mobile device in the past 1 to 2 weeks? Same criteria, same parameters, very, very loose question. Any mobile device, how have they used it in the past 1 to 2 weeks? And then the final thing that I'd like you to do in advance of our forthcoming session is this. Have a think about what your organisation has got going on at this moment in time. What does your organisation look like? Which sector does it work in? What rules does it have to comply with? What type of training does it deliver? Just think about all those sorts of questions, which I'm guessing, given the fact that we're going to be talking about mobile learning, is probably something that's quite close to your heart anyway, and probably something that you've got a good handle on. So those are the three things that I want you to have a think about ahead of our forthcoming session in the near future about mobile learning. Firstly, how have you used your mobile device or a mobile device in the past 1 to 2 weeks? How have your colleagues used their mobile devices in the past 1 to 2 weeks? And finally, just have a think about what your organisation is doing at the moment, what it wants to do in the future, what challenges it faces, what sorts of learning outcomes it wants to achieve within its organisation, how it wants to raise the bar in terms of its performance. I'll reveal the reason for me asking these three questions in the forthcoming session, and hopefully I'll see and hear you there. Thanks a lot. Thanks again for looking.